Hello, everyone. My guest today is Ricardo Lasa. He's the co-founder and CEO of a company called SiteWit. Ricardo and Don, his co-founder, co-founded SiteWit to bring the power of digital marketing to small business owners. Ricardo is a product owner for SiteWit and has deep understanding of website builder platforms, e-commerce platforms, predictive analytics, digital marketing, and SMB SaaS solutions. Ricardo, are you ready to take us to the top?
I am.
All right. So how do you and Don split roles? Are you the developer or the business lead, would you say?
That's a great question. So we both actually co-developed the first engine. So we're all fairly technical, both of us.
Okay.
But I am more the product owner, strategy side of the business, and Don helps more on the data science, the predictive analytics engine side of it.
Neither of you guys do sales?
We do both, actually. Both
okay.
of us. Yeah, we do mostly partnerships with other platforms. So both of us work on that.
That's good.
Side.
Okay, tell us what SiteWit is and how do you make money? What's your revenue model?
So what it is a do-it-yourself, a self-serve marketing platform for small businesses to market on Google AdWords, Google Shopping, also Bing Ads and retargeting. And it basically ties into all the major website builders. So like Wix, Weebly, Yola, Equid as a shopping platform. And then our customers basically use our platform to advertise their stores or their businesses on Google. And then how we make money, we charge a percentage management fee for the platform, 20% of the retail price. So for example, if you're spending $200 on Google, 40 goes towards our platform and the rest goes into Google ad spend. And that's basically how it works.
Okay. So so you're not a pure play SaaS company, you would say?
So actually, we are pure play on the marketing side. So there's no human intervention whatsoever. It's all machine based, but we target only the marketing side. So Google AdWords, Google Shopping.
But it's not like, in other words, it's not a flat $40 a month fee to use you. It's a transaction percentage, correct?
That's right. Yeah. So it's at 20% of the overall value of your marketing.
Do you see that revenue stream be very predictable and consistent like a SaaS company would be?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
Because in a sense, our packages are also specific packages. So they're $150, $300. So it's actually a percentage of that.
Okay. So if someone pays you $300 per month, is that's not tied to ad spend, or that is tied to ad spend?
That is tied to ad spend. So that will be $300 total that you would pay us. And of the $300, 80% goes to Google.
Oh, I see.
Directly. So $240 would go to Google AdWords directly for your media. And then the $60 go to our platform.
I see. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm sure you have a lot of different cohorts, but I want to save time. What's the average customer pay you per month, would you say?
So I think probably there's like two big clusters. Shopping, Google Shopping, and regular search, like for service providers, and they're all a bit different. On the Google Shopping side, we see probably between $300 or $500 per month per customer, and on the services side, we see around $200.
Okay. So if we put it at like 300 as an average, just to be clear though, that's your top line revenue, but you have a big cost of goods sold because you take 60 or take 80% of that and actually spend it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So our customers end up paying us on average between, I would say, $30 to $60.
Yeah.
Per month.
That's what I was going to say. 30 to $60 net, right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay, interesting. Put all this on a timeline for me. When did you and Don launch?
So we started really building the first engine in around 2010. We launched late in 2013, 14, but we were more on the enterprise side. So we were actually helping optimize very high level campaigns. And then we actually brought it down to the SMB market around 2015.
So what were you doing between 2010 and 2013? Just building?
We're building the engine. Yeah, it's a fairly complex engine when you think about it. I mean, we automate completely paid search. So we actually built a machine learning based engine to do a better job than even a human professional would do.
How did you fund yourself? Did you raise capital early on, or you had a side job, or what?
So we raised some capital. This is my fourth venture, so I'm one of the largest shareholders and capital sources. But we raised capital here in Tampa Bay and also from Silicon Valley and from Boston.
Okay, so how much total have you raised to date?
So total today, we've raised about $7 million.
$7 million. And how much did you start with? How much did you raise on day one?
Probably we raised in small chunks of like $500,000.
Oh, I
Things of that
see.
nature. Yeah, we never did like big races. We've always been racing basically like between $500,000 to $1.5 million.
And break down that structure for me. Was it a convertible note that you just let roll kind of over the years?
No, we only did one convertible debt round between the Series A and the Series B. So it's been always like straight equity with, obviously like different, different series, so different, type of stock and preferences and things of that nature. But it's pretty much always been equity outside of a convertible debt round that we did between the Series A and Series B.
So Ricardo, if you've raised $7 million and each round was around $500,000 to $1 million, am I reading you right? You've created a new term sheet essentially 7 times.
Actually, not really. What we did is we had multiple phases of the same round. So
that's what I was asking. So you had one term sheet, but you let it roll over time. People could come on those same terms over time later on.
Yeah. So there's been actually three different term sheets. The original one, Series A, and then Series B.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. All right. And what if you scale it to in terms of total customers?
So we're scaling very significantly at this point. We've launched with very major platforms like Wix, Weebly, Yola, Equid, and so forth, and many other big ones coming right now. So we're adding tons of customers per month. Without going into all the big numbers, we're probably going to be the largest independent marketing platform in the world, 2019.
As measured by what?
Like number of customers on the platform. So probably let's say in the tens of thousands of customers running campaigns for us.
So it's fair to say today you have more than 10,000 customers paying you, but less than 100,000?
Yes, that's probably fair.
Okay, very good. Now, if I take 10,000 times that minimum ARPU you gave me earlier, I can kind of back into $300,000 per month in revenue. Is that generally accurate on the low end?
It can be. Let's say that we also have other products. So we have a stats product where we have 1.5 million customers on the product. So the average ARPU is not $30, it's probably a little bit lower. But let's say it's within the a $300,000 range since our reasonable.
Okay, so you're less than, you haven't hit $300,000 yet, but you're close.
Close, that's right.
I see. Do you think you'll hit it this year?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and so how do you so with again 10,000 customers paying that? I'm curious, why do you make a statement like you'll be the largest? I mean, I can think of other companies that have significantly more than 10,000 paying customers.
Well, no. I mean, in our specific side of the space. So in the automation of do-it-yourself, self-serve, putting people on Google Shopping, Google AdWords, things of that nature, there is very few platforms that have that many customers doing that.
I see. Walk me through what growth looks like. So if you're flirting with $300,000 per month today, where were you about a year ago?
So it's been more than double, probably like every year, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So somewhere around $100,000 or $150,000 in August of 2017. That was kind of the monthly recurring revenue then?
Sure. Yeah. Something like that.
What has driven most of that growth? Is it onboarding new customers or getting current customers to spend more?
So it's been mostly onboarding new customers. But the real big growth is coming now, though, because the large platforms that we're launching, and we've been launching through all these years, we've been in integration phase this last year. So we actually are, launching finally, big partnerships right now.
Mm-hmm. And
that will really make a big difference on things.
And Ricardo, at this price point in kind of the SMB space, churn is always really critical. What is your churn today, and how do you manage it?
So the churn is not the same for everybody. So we see, for example, very different churn rates between customers that are on the free product for our partners. So, for example, if you're like a small business that's not even buying a domain, you're actually using a free website builder.
Yeah, ignore free. I only want to talk about people who are paying you.
Yeah. No, not paying us, paying our customers. Everybody pays us. Our product is paid, completely always paid. But, we have actually customers that they're not even paying for their website.
I see what you're saying.
They're going on a free website, right? So
what is your churn?
Yeah, so the churn on that is quite high, over 50% for sure.
That's logo churn per year?
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the paid side of things, the churn, and again, depends on the platform, depends on the type of customer. For example, in e-commerce, we see way less churn than we see in other platforms. But, we're seeing an average churn of, let's say, between 30 to 45%.
Okay.
Like that.
That's logo churn per year.
Sure.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Let's assume the best case scenario, which is like 3% logo churn per month, which comes out again to about 36% per year. Even at this volume, 10,000.
Hold on a second. Maybe I misunderstood your question. That is on a cohort based churn. So like if you start today, over a period of like a year,
You're
like
going to
about
lose 30. You're going to lose between 30 and 40%.
yes.
Yeah, which means it's about 3% logo churn per month.
Sure. Yeah. When I look at it on average, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. 3% times 12 months gives you
Sure.
36% over the year.
Sure.
Yeah. So my question is, Constant Contact had a big issue with this because they were about at the same price point. They were public and they had, hundreds of thousands, actually millions of paying customers, but the churn was in this range and they could never make up that delta, which is why they ended up basically flash selling to EIG, right? So how do you get the churn rate down under, 30, 40, 50% per year?
Sure. So that the answer to that is clearly closed loop marketing. Companies that actually know exactly how much money they put in and how much money they put out tend to churn way less. So Constant Contact had probably a much bigger issue in the sense that many times, you're just sending a newsletter, so it's difficult to know the output of that. What does that mean as far as like how many sales I get out of that? What's the actual revenue coming out of that? In the case of e-commerce, for example, and something we're actually working very heavily on right now, you know exactly how much money you put in, how much money you put out, right? So those customers tend to churn very, very little.
Yeah. Well, in theory, because of the attribution you just mentioned, your churn should be lower than Constant Contact, but it's actually about the same.
Well, that's why I say it depends on what type of market. So like in e-commerce, it's way less than 30%. That's an average, like when you look at 30.
Okay, I thought you just told me that on your free thing, it was 50% logo churn per year. And your best case scenario, your other cohort was between 30 and 40% each year.
Well, I was thinking about the SEM side, on the kind of like the services side. On actual, the Google Shopping product is way less than that.
I just want to talk about your SaaS product. So on the SaaS product, it's less than that.
Well, we have actually, that's what I'm saying. We have two different products. One is like a Google Shopping side of it, which is e-commerce only. And then a Google AdWords side of it, which is, more generalistic, just Google AdWords marketing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
On the Google Shopping product, our churn rate is way less than 30%.
Okay.
At this point.
Let me ask a different question related to how you get these customers in the first place. What is kind of CAC? Are you paying these channel partners any kind of kickback?
So I cannot get a lot into that because almost all our business is through partnerships, but we have a revenue share model between everybody.
So I won't ask obviously about specific relationships, but in general, if you're spending, $60 to get a customer and they're paying on average $30 a month to you, that's a 2-month payback period. What payback period are you optimizing for right now?
So we actually look at it far more like not as a bounty, as an ongoing revenue share relationship, if that makes sense. So it's not like a one-time fee.
Okay, I got it. So yeah, it's 10 or 20% as long as that customer is active with you every month.
That's right.
Got it. Yeah. I see. Okay, very good. What about team size? How many are you?
20.
And everyone's in Tampa?
Mostly. We have a couple remotes.
Okay, very good. Last round of funding, you said it was about a year ago. Did I hear you right?
Actually, we're closing a small round right now.
I was about to say, so are you raising capital right now? And if so, how much?
Yeah, so we're actually on the final stages of closing a Series B. And it's going to be a total of about $5 million.
Okay, so you're raising $5 million?
Yeah, but it's committed all the way now to the last, 500,000. So we're closing that this month.
That's great. Well, congratulations. And can I ask generally, did you negotiate north of a 10x valuation on ARR or less?
Yeah. So so let me think about that. It's a good question.
So if you're doing 300 grand today, right, that puts you at like a $3.6 million run rate. So if you got more than 10x, your pre-money would be about 36 million.
So it's about that.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. That's healthy. Now, did you raise mainly in Tampa or did you go to the Valley as well?
No. So we actually raised primarily with the same group that the same group of investors.
Oh, that's wonderful. So no new investors. It was all just people.
Yeah.
Reinvesting. That's great.
Yeah.
They like you. You know what that means, Ricardo? They like you.
Well, we try, like I said before. I mean, we've seen that this is a long-term game. It's been a scaling game, and it didn't make sense to raise a lot of money until our partnerships went live, which is what's happening right now. So the group that we took as investors were all long-term based, and we all knew what we were getting ourselves into. So it's been easy to raise from them consistently. And again, just because we haven't seen a lot of dilution for all of us, because we've been slowly funding the company between all of us to get to this point.
Yeah.
So we had a different funding probably approach than most people.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
That's a great question. There's so many. I would say probably Outliers.
Outliers. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
No, not really.
No? Okay, number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your business?
Online tool for building my business. I would say on my side, I don't know if you know, it's a company called Airtable.
Yep.
Where you can set up kind of like easy databases online. I use that all the time for strategic planning.
And how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
8.
That's good. What's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Married, kids.
How many?
2 kids.
2 kids. And how old are you, Ricardo?
Me or
you?
Me, I'm 47.
47. All right, last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Let's see. I would say make sure that you keep the team small as you develop the business.
Guys,
So don't scale fast. If you have a good vision, keep on plugging at it until it really organically takes off.
Guys, there you have it. Stay small, don't overhire, and keep those folks close as you build up that almost like SWAT team approach. She founded the company back in 2010 with his partner, Don. They developed it for 3 years before then launching full steam. Now they're serving over 10,000 paying customers, mostly SMBs. They pay about $30 per month each. So they're flirting with 300 grand per month right now in revenue. That's up about 100% year over year from August 2017 when they're doing about 150 grand per month in revenue. They've raised $7 million. Churn is, depending on the cohort, it varies, but generally speaking, about 3% logo churn per month. Again, team of 20 people based in Tampa. Again, really helping these SMBs both on Google Shopping and Google AdWords in a fully automated way. They raised $7 million, about to close a $5 million round at around a $36 million valuation. Ricardo, thank you so much for taking us to the top.
Thank you.